Well, thank you so much, Jackie, and a very good morning to everyone here with us this morning. Let me first of all acknowledge the presence of my colleague, Senator the Honorable Dr. Esther Beyer, my permanent secretary, Ms. Ernesta Drakes, and other permanent secretaries, and also deputy permanent secretaries, Ms. Joy Adamson, the representative of the Ministry of Education, Science, Technology, and Innovation, who's the deputy chief education officer, head of delegation of the European Union to Barbados, the Eastern Caribbean, and the OECS, Ambassador Mikhail Barford, Chairman Dr. Wendy Seeley, and other staff members of the National HIV Commission, other government officials, principals, representatives of secondary schools, specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Children are the future of this great nation of ours, Barbados, and it gives me immense pleasure this morning to be launching a program which will shape the minds of and decision making of our children in a very positive way. My ministry thanks Ambassador Mikhail Barford and by extension the European Union for the funding of this component of the Barbados Human Resource Development Strategy, the Transition to Secondary School program, better known as T2S, which will run for a 5-year period. This transition to secondary school program was developed as a means of supporting the many other transitioning sessions that are undertaken by various groups at various schools. It was also necessary, as the evidence suggests, that young people are encountering their first sexual activities at a very early age, while substance abuse, bullying, and negative peer pressure all contribute to the vulnerability of this very young population. Without preparation, the new entrant's ability to make good, informed decisions in the face of negative peer pressure is eroded, which can have a disruptive impact as they move through the school system. There was therefore a need to have a comprehensive program that addressed these issues and that is adequately evaluated and monitored. This T2S program is designed to address these identified gaps in the system. There's no doubt that the process of transitioning can be both physically and emotionally draining. Everyone in this room is quite aware that the transitioning from one school to another can be challenging and sometimes a traumatic experience and episode in the life of the child. And we ourselves have been encountered when we were younger, as was alluded to, and reminded us by Ms. Adamson and also by Dr. Beyer. How these new entrants are prepared to deal with these stressors will impact on their ability to cope emotionally and academically within the new environment. The National HIV/AIDS Commission, for which my ministry has responsibility, is working with the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Labor, Social Security, and Human Resource Development and the European Union to make the move from primary to secondary school less traumatic for students. T2S will equip first form students with the necessary skills to ensure they have a successful switch to their new schools. The new initiative will target all students who completed this common entrance level examination and who are now transitioning to a secondary school environment. This confidence builder for the students should reduce the levels of stress and sometimes even fear that most students experience after moving from being the most senior at the previous primary school to the most junior at their new schools. To address the factors that can have a negative impact on these young lives, the program will cover the following areas: drug awareness, bullying and conflict, HIV, STI prevention, human sexuality, gender awareness, as well as offer the students some coping strategies. It is imperative that the correct coping strategies be developed so that the students can reach their full potential while at school. This, of course, includes not adopting poor health or social behaviors, but developing a strong self of self and an ability to think for themselves. This T2S program is therefore part of a larger strategy to enhance the psychological, social, and physical well-being of new entrants because without preparation, many new entrants to secondary schools are unable to develop the skills that can assist them to develop self-efficacy and the confidence to avoid the challenges that come from trying to fit in with the new people in a new environment. The process of transitioning to a new school environment, ladies and gentlemen, can lead new entrants to feel unsettled and vulnerable. Boys and girls may experience and deal with this vulnerability differently. The T2S program aims to give boys and girls coping strategies as well as to link them to the resources they can use to cope with the feelings of vulnerability. By the end of these sessions, an estimated 3,400 first formers should be able to distinguish between legal and illegal drugs and identify strategies to avoid using illegal drugs. If asked, they should be able to explain the difference between gender and sex and the relationship between gender and HIV. The program will also help them to define human sexuality and list some of the characteristics of adolescent sexual behavior that could place them at risk for HIV STIs. They should also be able to reject myths about HIV and identify ways of preventing HIV transmission. Finally, both equally important is that they would be able to identify the different types of bullying behavior and identify strategies for coping with it. This T2S program is of national importance, and although Barbados is currently in the throes of economic recession, the commitment of our children continues to be strong. The development of our human capital remains a high priority, and Barbados is happy to ensure that this program reaches our children when they need it most. This launch today sets in motion a partnership between a number of governmental, non-governmental, and international agencies, all working together to assist the children of Barbados. A key component of the implementation of T2S program will include monitoring how the processes worked as well as evaluating the impact of the program on the children over time. The T2S program rolls out on Monday, the 14th September 2015, when trained and skilled facilitators will visit all secondary schools to implement the program. I would like to thank the school family for embracing this novel but necessary program. My ministry is committed to working in partnership to achieve the best results for our children so that they can develop into strong human capital for which Barbados is known across the world. We will become even stronger as we roll out this T2S program over the next 5 years, and the social benefits will be reaped by all. This program, ladies and gentlemen, here this morning, has my 100% endorsement. Well done to all involved. Thank you.